Good evening from the campus of Buffalo State College, and welcome inside the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Thank you for joining us for tonight's live coverage of this UNY CHL matchup between the Gannon University Golden Knights and your Buffalo State College Bengals. Live streaming of Buff State Club Hockey on YouTube is supported by Bob and John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. By Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and the surrounding area. By KO Bar and Grill, North Buffalo's Relax Sports Bar, located at Delaware and Tioga, near Hurdle Avenue. And by Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club Hockey. Our thanks to camera operator Alexandria Tebow for her work tonight. And my name is Aaron Elper, happy to bring you the call of tonight's divisional game, and equally happy to be joined by color commentator for tonight's broadcast, a good friend and hard-nosed hockey player in his own right, Mr. Sean McHugh.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. It's great to be here, especially right in the middle of a Buff State chase to the national tournament. It's going to be a good game tonight. We'll have to be here.
Well, your timing certainly couldn't be better, as this week, as you mentioned, the Buff State team was selected to be one of the five of six teams that will be headed from the UNY CHL to the CHF National Tournament in March. Still plenty of hockey to be played before then. We have 3 divisional matchups before the end of the regular season, and then we'll go on to the UNY CHL playoffs before we get to nationals. First and foremost, of course, though, is the Gannon University Golden Knights, about set to get underway here from the Buff State Ice Arena, and we're underway with Joe Lotempio picking up a loose puck and sending it into the Gannon zone, where it will be Hillhouse picking it up and trying to send it up the right wing. Kept in there at the point by Anthony Farnett. Swung in behind the net, and it's Mick Lotempio with the puck in the near corner. Mick Lotempio looking to set something up there, swinging it back to the point, then back down low to Joe Lotempio. Joe Lotempio being watched on the play by Dowds. Lotempio gets it down low to Militello, and Militello cycles up the left wing and looks to set up something there. Militello tries to send a cross-ice pass to Mike Lotempio. That one doesn't connect, and sent all the way back down into Buffalo State end, where it will be covered up by goaltender Dave Hahn, and we have our first stoppage in play about 40 seconds into the action today. No score between Buff State and Gannon.
These Gannon University Golden Knights are very undermanned today. They only have 11 skaters, so you're going to want to see Buff State holding possession in the zone and trying to skate them early and get them down and tired quickly.
Certainly the case. Actually, a few more skaters than the last time we saw Gannon. I believe they only had 8 in the last game that we played against them in Erie in November, so a couple of more bodies, but still the same point applies that Sean mentioned there, trying to get as much pressure on the undermanned roster as possible. Loose puck out into the neutral zone, picked up by senior Jared O'Connor. Sent a pass up to Joe Lotempio, sent back in by the Gannon player, and it will go far enough for icing, and we'll have a whistle and a face-off coming up back down in the Gannon, and just under a minute into the action so far.
You're seeing Coach Tim Turner run the lines really quickly. Fresh troops on the ice at all times, really trying to take advantage of this undermanned Gannon staff.
Face-off coming up to the left of the Gannon goaltender. In net tonight is number 42, Samuel Remutis, same goaltender that we saw in the Bengals 7-3 win over Gannon back in November. Elliot Hunt with a loose puck slides it down low to Frank Bodami. Bodami tried to make a give-and-go play there to Hunt, unable to get it all the way through and onto his stick, but Bodami has the puck in behind the net again. Just being watched there by two Gannon defenders. Shot from the left wing taken by Brennan. That one doesn't get through. And Gannon looks to break it out, but Jared O'Connor's there to send it back into the Golden Knights zone. Hillhouse tries to send a long pass up to the neutral zone, and Will Dowds has a break here coming up left wing. Dowds takes it towards the net, but he gets hit on the play by O'Connor, and a good defensive play there by the senior to negate the opportunity. Elliott Hunt bringing it up the right wing. Feeds a cross-ice pass just too far for Frank Bodami, but Bodami's the first one to it on the left-hand boards. Bodami drags it towards the center and looks to set up an offensive play from there. Bodami circle, gets it to Elliott Hunt. Hunt with a shot that doesn't get through. And it's off into the corner where Mitch Hillhouse will pick it up for Gannon. Hillhouse being watched there by Bodami and Brennan in the corner. Bodami slides it up to Hunt, and Hunt brings it out towards the point. Back down low to Bodami. Bodami in front takes a shot. That one doesn't get through. Comes back out to the point where it's sent out into the neutral zone by the offensive player from Gannon. But Ben Murphy there to pick it up and start the charge back for the Bengals. Pass gets deflected into the offensive zone, and Murphy goes chasing after it into the left-hand corner. Murphy drinks it out of the corner and looks for a pass into the center of the ice. As a couple Bengals make changes, Murphy sends it down low where he finds Elliot Spitzer. Spitzer feeding a pass in behind the net, and it's Michael Swatcha there. Swatcha scoring a goal last night at the Bengals' 3-0 win over Rochester. John Glasgow with the puck. Glasgow looking for room to maneuver. Good offensive pressure being shown here by the Bengals early on, as most of the game has been played for 3 minutes here inside Gannon zone. Gannon with an opportunity to break it out now. It's Dowds sending a pass up to Bartel. Bartel in over the blue line, lets a shot go. That one goes just wide of goaltender Dave Hahn. John Glasgow now looking to counter and send it back in the other direction, but Verico gets in his way. Pass is intercepted though, and it's Glasgow coming back again. Bartel behind the net sends a pass up left wing, and it's picked up by Gavin for Gannon. Gavin reverses course and sends it back into the other corner, but Glasgow's the first from there to it. Glasgow sends it on towards the net where it's picked up by Swatcha. Swatcha tried to feed it in front, but nobody there. Barnett steps in from the point to keep the play moving. Swatcha in the corner, feeds it in front. Ryan Hahn with a great opportunity. That one just got blocked by the defenseman and goes off into the corner. Hahn there at the point though, picking up a loose puck, keeping it in, and the Bengals keep up the offensive pressure. Swatcha in the left-hand corner as a couple Bengals make changes. Long cross-ice pass to Krasinski. Krasinski gets it to Glasgow behind the net, and Glasgow looks to set up from there. Sends it up front to Krasinski, but Krasinski unable to get a handle on it and get the shot away. More sustained zone time. Swatcha with a shot. Nice save there by Remutis. Swatcha with a shot from the low slot there, right on goal. Good opportunity there for the Bengals. Loose puck in neutral zone, sent for Gannon by Gavin, number 3. And Dave Hahn sets it up for his brother Ryan Hahn. Hahn backs it off the boards and back out in the neutral zone where it will be Hillhouse chasing it down. Hillhouse feeds it up into the neutral zone where it's taken off of the stick of Gavin by Krasinski. And the Bengals now look to counter as it's Jared O'Connor picking up the puck and circling in behind his own net. O'Connor up the left wing finds Joe Lotempio. Lotempio to White, and White slides it back to Nardi. Nardi back into the neutral zone where he finds Steve White. White, one of the graduating seniors that was honored before today's game. Another graduating senior, Noah Reinhardt, steps up in play and sends it back into the Gannon zone. Hillhouse with a long cross-ice pass. That one gets deflected into center ice. It's Jared O'Connor, the first one too. He gets the first one on the puck and moves it up ice and then lays a hit on Gavin for good measure. Puck is sent back into the Buff State zone, and we'll have icing on the play with 14:59 to play. No score yet between Buff State and Gannon.
So far, Buff State is doing everything they want to do against this very undermanned Gannon team. They're holding the puck in the zone for minutes at a time. They can't get a whistle, and Gannon sending a hanger out there. They're not able to change. That's their only transitions. Buff State's playing on a small power play right now. They're doing a great job keeping the puck moving and not allowing Gannon to get those changes.
Certainly something that was seen in the earlier game against Gannon, where they will have one player in the neutral zone while their team is in the defensive zone, trying to set up that long breakaway pass as well as maybe take one of the offensive players out of the zone for Buff State. Pass slid in front. We have a shot and a goal. Alex Militello. Militello found a quick pass there from Joe Lotempio. Lotempio fed it in front of the net, and Alex Militello scored for the second straight game. That's his 14th goal of the season.
Excellent passing play down low by Buff State right there. They've been in the Gannon and the entire game so far, holding possession. Eventually, you were going to see a Buff State forward break loose, and you saw Alex Militello get free in the slot, uncontested, had a wide open look at the net, and that time the goaltender for Gannon wasn't able to come up with the big save.
And a 1-0 lead for Buff State with 14:43 to go here in period number 1. as the puck gets transitioned back into the Gannon end. And Buff State looks to set up a play there from the neutral zone, but it's Dowd sending it into the Buff State end, where it'll be Noah Reinhardt picking it up and looking to send a breakout pass up the left wing. Sent into the Gannon zone, picked up there by Hillhouse, and Hillhouse looks to break out up the right wing for Gannon. That gets just through the legs of his intended target, and it's picked up by Noah Reinhardt. Reinhardt gets it up to Joe Lotempio, who feeds it on into the Gannon zone. Puck in behind the net now. It's Alex Militello looking to create another opportunity. Just got the game's first goal about a minute ago. And now we have an opportunity with Alex Militello with the puck on the left wing. Feeds it back to point to Ben Murphy. Murphy gets it down low, and it's Joe Lotempio with an opportunity there. He can't get a handle on it, and it comes out into the neutral zone where David Bosch will send it back in.
So far, Buff State is continuing to keep all the pressure in on the Gannon zone. Gannon's still sending that one hanger all the way down. The hanger right now, number 26, is all the way at the far blue line. But the breakup pass is not getting there. But here we go. Here's a 2-on-1 for Gannon right now, seeing a stretch pass. The shot is blocked by defenseman Anthony Miller.
First Buffalo State goal is 14th of the season, scored by number 10, Alex Militello.
Buff State coming up the run. We got a penalty here coming up on Gannon for interference, as Frank Bodami was taken down right by the near side blue line. Buff State's head into the power play. It was only a matter of time before that was going to happen. Buff State's been breaking up very well, keeping possession in the offensive zone, and eventually a speedster like Frank Bodami was going to get loose. The defenseman's only play there was to haul him down, and Buff State heads to the power play.
And it's going to be Lotempio on the power play. Actually, both Lotempios, as Mike Lotempio will be at the point. Joe Lotempio in there to take the draw. On his wings are Frank Bodami and Elliot Hunt. And it's Ryan Hahn playing the left point here on this power play for Buff State. Sent down low, and it's Joe Lotempio picking up a loose puck in behind the net and feeding it on to Elliot Hunt. Hunt back to the point to Ryan Hahn. Ryan Hahn with room to maneuver, slides across the blue line, feeds it down low to Frank Bodami. Bodami just standing with it there and circling, looking to create a pass out into the center of the ice, and a great shot on goal by Elliot Hunt. Good opportunity for a one-timer set up there by Frank Bodami. Now a pass in front to Mike Lotempio, his shot in on goal. Quick save there on the play by Remutis. Had to be sharp there to make the save with a minute 28 remaining here in the Buff State power play.
Samuel Remutis for Gannon has been outstanding in this first period. It could very easily be 3-0, but he's come up with 2 or 3 huge saves point blank range.
Gannon coming to number 4, Anthony Maselli. 2 minutes for interference.
Buff State continuing to hold pressure in the zone. Passes all the way.
Penalty 6:41. Down low to Bodami. Bodami looking to set something up there on the power play. Feeds it down low to Joe Lotempio. Gets it out to Elliot Hunt, but he can't get the shot in on goal. And there's a scramble in front, but the puck stays out of the net. The goaltender didn't, as well as Elliot Hunt. He's on the goal line as well. Doesn't look like anyone's too worse for wear as the puck came out to the corner. We're going to have a whistle with 12:22 remaining in the period. A minute 3 in the Bengals power play. Scramble for the faceoff, and it's Bartel picking it up for Gannon. Bartel just sends it up the right wing. It banks off the boards and then slides into the neutral zone. And Mike Lotempio will have to head back for it and chase it down into his own end, where he will pick up a head of steam coming up the left wing boards. Mike Lotempio now into the Gannon zone, looking to set up the power play. Gets knocked down on the play, and we're going to have another penalty coming up. Elliot Hunt, though, has the puck and another opportunity here in front of the net. Elliot Hunt shoots and scores. Hunt had the opportunity, got the pass in front of the net. First opportunity didn't go, but the second one, he buried it up top, and it's now 2-0 Bengals.
On the delayed penalty, the Gannon defender was taken out of the play. Buff State had an odd man rush down low, 3-on-2. Once again, the puck gets to the front of the net in the slot. Buff State has done a great job of getting the puck to the front of the net into time-scoring opportunities. Samuel Remutis can only do so much on his own. He's getting look after look from the slot, and Buff State gets their second of the game, this time on the power play on a delayed penalty.
And because there was delayed penalty there, this power play will be continuing as we have 37 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Buff State Bengals. It's going to be 5-on-4 when we get restarted here. It's a 2-0 Buff State lead. And 5 players out on the ice now for the Bengals will be Swacha, along with Alex Militello and Adam Brennan up front. Playing defense, we have John Glasgow, along with Jared O'Connor. 2-0 lead for the Bengals here early on, looking to add to it here on the man advantage.
And on the delayed penalty, Ryan Hahn did a great job keeping Mike Lotempio's head on him. You could tell Mike Lotempio was aggravated by getting hit from behind. As Ryan Hahn calmed him down, Buff State went into the zone and scored on a delayed penalty.
State goal scored by number 53, Elliott Hunt. His
Buff
20th
State looking
of the
to
season.
continue in transition again.
Assist to number 28, Lotempio. Hunt from Lotempio. Time of the Bengals goal, 8:04. And we're going to have a face-off here in the neutral zone as there's still, actually it's a minute 38 remaining in the man advantage, as the previous penalty was wiped off the board and the second penalty is the one that goes up there. So a minute 38 in the cross-checking penalty that was assessed to number 2, Kyle Martin. And the face-off in the neutral zone is sent into the Gannon zone, and Dom Bartel will have to chase it down for the Gannon University Golden Knights. Bartel unable to clear, and it's Adam Brennan setting up behind the net. Brennan back to the point, finds Jared O'Connor. O'Connor in on net, pad save by Remutis. O'Connor got a lot on that one. Remutis had to see it through some traffic. Good save, though, as he made another save. He's been tested plenty of times so far early on in the action. Michael Swacha in the left-hand corner. Swacha back to Glasgow. Glasgow one-timer. That one hit a body and then went wide. Swacha has it again in the left-hand corner, looking to set it up there as Brennan gets knocked down in front of net. Glasgow lets a shot go. That one just off the crossbar. O'Connor then fires a shot in towards the net. That one hits a body. Now Militello with a chance. Down low to Swacha. That one ripped from just outside the goal line. Looked like he had a chance to beat him, but he couldn't get it on net. Brennan finding a loose puck on the right wing. Getting some help from Militello as they battle against two different Gann players, and it's Brennan driving towards the net. In on goal. Shot and a save. Another save there as Militello was quick on the rebound. Back to the point to O'Connor. O'Connor looking to set it up. Slides it across to Glasgow. Glasgow down low to Swacha. Swacha in the bottom of the circle, sends it across, and now it's Glasgow picking up a loose puck after it bounces off the boards. Glasgow now driving in towards net, shoots, and he scores! John Glasgow rips a wrist shot, and it's another power play goal for the Bengals, and it's now a 3-0 Upstate lead. Glasgow had picked up the puck here on the near boards after a cross-ice pass from Swacha, circled in towards the front of the middle of the ice, and then ripped a wrist shot from the middle of the slot, beating the goaltender Remutis, give the Bengals the 3-0 advantage.
It's been the theme for the entire first period, Aaron. Buff State's had continuous pressure, minutes at a time in the offensive zone. And now you can see they're starting to wear down this undermanned Gannon team. And another good look from a prime scoring location. Remutis wasn't able to make the big save there.
Third Buffalo State goal scored by number 11, John Glasgow, his 10th of the season. Glasgow unassisted, tied the Bengals goal, 9:47. Bengals again setting up shop inside the Gannon zone as Krasinski slides a pass back to Botch. Botch in on goal. Nice save by Remutis as there's another penalty coming up to Gannon here. Ben Murphy with the loose puck finds it, pass all the way back to the point, but Botch can't keep it in. Bengals will just regroup though as they have the delayed penalty coming up. Krasinski pulls the puck inside the zone, tries to sidestep the defender, gets the puck taken off of his stick, and the Gannon player touches up, and we'll have the penalty call coming up and another opportunity for the Bengals on the power play with 9.5 minutes remaining here in period number 1.
You can see Coach Turner doing a great job rolling his lines, keeping fresh legs out there the entire game. They have completely worn down this Gannon Golden Knights lineup. They are not able to skate with these fresh, fast Buff State Bengals. And now you're seeing the hooking, the holding, and the interference.
So another opportunity here for the Bengals on the power play. And it's going to be the unit of Lotempio, Hahn, Bodami, and Hunt. Mike Lotempio with the puck in towards the circle, slides a pass back to Bodami. Bodami fakes a shot and gets it back to Mike Lotempio. His shot doesn't get through traffic. Ryan Hahn picks it up at the left point. Hahn with a nice move around his man there, circling back to the point, and feeds a pass across to Mike Lotempio. Into the slot to Elliott Hunt. Cross to Bodami, and now back to Lotempio. Shot in on goal. That one is almost held and covered by the goaltender Remutis, but it's slid out into the corner, and Elliott Hunt picked it up there. Joe Lotempio with a bad angle shot that hits off the side of the net, and back to the point where Ryan Hahn feeds it down low to Bodami. Bodami up top now. It's Mike Lotempio sliding across the blue line. Looks like a bit it came out of the zone, but the linesman didn't see it that way. Mike Lotempio again with the puck now. Cross-ice pass. That one is intercepted and then sent the length of the ice back down into the Buff State zone. Minute 5 remaining now in the man advantage for the Buff State Bengals. Gannon penalty to number 4, Anthony Maselli. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Maselli, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the Golden Knights penalty, 10:27. Pass down low, picked up there by Joe Lotempio. Gets it out in front. Elliott Hunt with another point-blank opportunity. Can't get that one by goaltender Remutis, though. Now it's Bodami driving in towards the net. Bodami circling up top and feeds pass across to Ryan Hahn. On quarterbacking here in the power play down low. Gets it to Joe Lotempio. Lotempio shrugs off check and tries to feed it to Mike Lotempio, but that one's picked off. Kept in, though, by Mike Lotempio, and now an opportunity. Hunt with a shot. Nice save there by Remutis. Elliott Hunt's had a couple of good opportunities here in the first 12 minutes or so of the game. Can you get another goal here for the Bengals? Hunt with a turnaround shot. That one doesn't get through, but Hunt finds a loose puck in the corner. Back to the point, it's Ryan Hahn. Hahn slides across the blue line and feeds a pass down low to Hunt. Hunt with a shot in on goal, just as the penalized player comes back to the ice, and the Gannon University Knights have killed off the penalty, but they still trail by a score of 3-0.
You're also noticing, Aaron, Gannon is not changing on the fly. They kept that penalty kill unit out there for pretty much the duration of that entire kill. Even when they were able to get clear, they just don't have the bench right now. Buff State is rolling 4 lines. They are all over them, and you can see the Gannon Golden Knights are absolutely exhausted right now.
And about 12 and a half minutes into this game, with this kind of pressure, they're going to be a tired bunch by the time it's over. Another delayed penalty coming up here. This one, however, will be against the Bengals. And it's going to be a high sticking call to number 15, Jordan Sipniewski.
It's a bit of a break that the Gannon's Golden Knight needed here, Aaron. They've been just hemmed in their own end the entire period. They're going to have a chance to get a little bit of zone time, possess the puck a little bit. I'm not even sure they've had a shot on goal. Definitely nothing that's challenged the Buff State goaltender at all. After this 4-on-4 is up, the 4-on-4 is up. So it was a 5-on-4 power play for the Gannon Golden Knights. They're going to get some zone time, and hopefully for them, they're able to get a couple shots on goal.
Buff State penalty to number 15, Jordan Sipniewski. 2 minutes for high sticking. Sipniewski, 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the Bengals penalty, 12:40. Gannon now with the opportunity on the man advantage. Loose puck in the slot. Bounces around off a couple of skates. First one grab a hold of it, though, is David Botch, and Botch sends it the length of the ice to relieve some of the pressure, as there is a minute 32 remaining in the man advantage for Gannon. Pass there to Varico. Varico dragging it through the neutral zone, sends it on to into the Buff State end. David Botch the first one there for it, and he sends it all the way back down in on net, and Remutis will have to handle it there. Remutis gets it up to Bartel, but Bartel's bank pass off the boards intercepted by Glasgow, and now a short-handed opportunity. Frank Bodami with the shot that doesn't get through. Bodami, though, with a chance to regain control of the puck. Loses it, however, and it's Gannon sliding a pass out in the neutral zone, and a 2-on-1 opportunity. Shot in on goal. Save, though, as Susanidis let the shot go from the left-hand portion of the slot. Blocker save and play by Dave Hahn. Goes up and out of play, and we'll have a whistle with 16 to go in the period. 57 seconds in the man advantage.
That right there was the first real score chance Gannon's had all game, and the Buff State goaltender was not. It was up to the challenge. No trouble at all. Just shrugged the puck off to the side after that.
Been such little activity in the Buff State zone. I hadn't even gotten a chance to introduce the starting goaltender for Buff State. Starting in goal tonight, it is number 31, Dave Hahn. Hahn was the starting goaltender last night as well. He made 25 saves en route to the first shutout in Buff State club hockey history. 3-year history of Buff State hockey. Last night, the first time a goaltender recorded a shutout. Coach Tim Turner riding the hot hand, giving him the start here again tonight on senior night. 39 seconds remaining in man advantage. And out there to kill the penalty for Buff State, we have Mike Lotempio, as well as Alex Militello, Anthony Farnett, and Jared O'Connor. Lotempio wins the draw. O'Connor tries to clear it up the right wing. Bouncing puck just comes out of the zone. Gannon sends it back in, but it's O'Connor that's the first one too. He has some time just to sit with it and then try to send it all the way the length of the ice, but it's deflected in the neutral zone. Gannon has a chance to counter. Kept in there at the point by Orr. Orr brings it down into the corner. Loses control of it as O'Connor knocks it off of his stick. And then Dowds is met by Militello. Dowds gets it back to point to Bartel. Bartel slides across ice pass to Hillhouse. Hillhouse winds up and lets a shot go, but Mike Lotempio was quick to get a stick on it, deflected up and out of play.
Passing seems a little off with Gannon today. The passes are not right on the tape, and don't have much zip on them. Buff State's able to get right into the passing lanes, and they're just knocking everything off to the side. Nothing's getting to the net right now for Hahn.
Gannon with 5 seconds remaining in this man advantage opportunity. Did have the one scoring chance early on, but that one, Dave Hahn making the save on it as Bartel now slides into a shot. fires it in on net. Save made by Hahn off of his glove. Then up over the glass and into the protective netting as the penalty expires, and Buff State is back to full strength.
Very good kill by Buff State. They got some favors. Gannon's passing a little up, but Buff State was in all the lanes. No real scoring chances right there. And Hahn was up to the challenge and got a shot on goal.
Glasgow now bringing it in over the Gannon blue line. Drops it to Swacha. Swacha kind of circles there a little bit. Looks for a pass, just drops it to Reinhardt. Reinhardt down low to Glasgow, and he finds Swacha in the slot, but can't get a handle. He does finally, though. He gloves it to himself and buries the shot. Michael Swacha scores for the second game in a row. It's now a 4-0 Buff State Bengals lead.
Right off the penalty kill, Buff State goes right back down and again just gets zone time, holds the puck. Gannon sent the hanger down low again, basically essentially giving Buff State a power play right there. And a great play by the forward, gloving the puck down, putting it down flat for himself, putting it into the net.
Kind of a newly formed line here with Elliot Spitzer playing alongside John Glasgow and Michael Swacha. Swacha and Glasgow were out there together last night. They combined on one of Buff State goals, and now another opportunity is ripped into the top corner of the net by John Glasgow. Glasgow buries that shot. 2 consecutive shots in a row go for goals for Buff State. It's now a 5-0 Bengals lead.
Aaron, that looked like a set play off the faceoff. You can see John Glasgow banging his stick on the ground, getting the attention of his centerman. Centerman wins it forward, and the Buff State Bengals go in with 2 in. Glasgow steps in middle and rips one bar down. Great play by the Bengals. They're doing it again.
2 goals within 7 seconds for Buff State, and the Bengals have blown this one open. It's now a 5-0 Buff State lead. As Gavin now tries to counter for Gannon, create an opportunity there. Loose puck in the corner as he's watched by senior Noah Reinhardt. Reinhardt finding a loose puck and sending a pass up the left wing, kept in there on point by Bartel. Bartel sends it down low, but it's picked up there by Swacha, and Swacha looks to send a breakout pass up to Glasgow. Glasgow just too far for him. He barely gets a stick on it, but he loses a stick in the process, and Gannon has an opportunity to clear. Shot there off the post for Gannon. Another scoring opportunity as they've only had a couple here so far. Martin with a shot. That one is blocked on the play. Martin now tries for a wraparound attempt, saved by Dave Hahn. Hahn saved the second opportunity, kind of juggled that one a little bit. Managed to find the handle on it, though, and he'll hang on for a face-off inside the Buff State end. With 4:02 remaining in the first period, it is a 5-0 Buff State lead.
Good-looking rush by Gannon right there. Got a really good shot on goal. Got it right over the glove of the goaltender Hahn. Unfortunately for them, they rang it at the crossbar. Then the wraparound attempt gave the goaltender a little trouble, kind of handcuffed him, but he was able to get on top of it.
Fourth Buffalo State goal, his second of the season, scored by number 77, Michael Swacha. Assist to number 11, John Glasgow. Swacha from Glasgow, time of the Bengals goal, 15:01. Fifth Buff State goal, scored by number 11, John Glasgow. Assist to number 77, Michael Swacha. Glasgow for Swacha, time of the Bengals' 5th goal, 15:08. Brennan carrying the puck inside the Gannon zone with an opportunity there in front of the net. Elliott Hunt with the rebound chance, but that one doesn't go as the Bengals continue to swarm here against the Gannon Golden Knights. Bodami with the puck down low, looking for a pass. Doesn't have anyone available right now, but soft pressure from the Gannon defenseman, and he's able to hang on to the puck in the corner. Slides it down to Hunt. Hunt tries to feed it back to Bodami, but Bodami didn't see the pass coming, and it goes along to Bartel. Bartel just goes ahead and clears it the length of the ice. No icing on the play, though, as the Gannon player was the first one to it. Out into the neutral zone, and a loose puck is going to be sent back into the Buff State end, where it's going to be Adam Brennan picking up for Buff State. Brennan with a head of steam, carrying it up the right wing. Brennan across the blue line. Brennan looking for an opportunity here as he circles in behind the net. Feeds a pass back to the point to Ben Murphy. Murphy letting a shot go. That one's deflected up and over the net. Frank Bodami's the first one to it. Bodami out of the corner, feeds a pass back to Murphy, but Murphy unable to keep it in the zone. Murphy has to drop the pass back there in the neutral zone to Botch, and Botch will bank it off the boards. Unable to connect on the pass, and it's sent into the Buff State end by the Gannon defenseman. Botch trying to set the breakout up the right wing. That one comes to Joe Lotempio. Lotempio gets it into the neutral zone, but it's Orr finding puck for Gannon. And then looking to counter here. Botch unable to handle the puck as it bounces over his stick. He's able to run down behind his net. Send a big breakout pass up the left wing to Alex Militello. 3-on-2 developing for the Bengals, but pass doesn't connect there to Mike Lotempio. He finds it in the corner as the Bengals set up their offense inside the Gannon zone. Tempio shot from a bad angle doesn't go, and we're going to have a penalty coming up as Farnett stepped into his man on the blue line, or went for a tumble on the play, and Farnett will be sent to the penalty box as he's assessed a 2-minute minor for tripping.
You could see Anthony Farnett put his head right up to the rafters when he went to the penalty call. He was just trying to make a play on the puck. Unfortunately for him, he did get in the way and obstruct the path of the Gannon forward, and Buff State is heading right back to the penalty kill.
Buffalo State penalty to number 27, Anthony Farnett. 2 minutes for tripping. Farnett, 2 minutes for tripping. Tie the Bengals penalty, 18:09. Bengals clear the zone and send it down into Gannon territory, where Hillhouse will go back for it. Gets it set up by his goaltender Ramirez, and Hillhouse comes out of his zone with a head of steam. Hillhouse through the neutral zone and across the blue line and into the Buff State territory. Circles in behind the net, watched by Hahn and Glasgow. Slides it back to point. The shot's taken there. That one doesn't get through, though. And now a breakaway opportunity almost set up there by Hahn, as Glasgow couldn't find a handle on it. Glasgow is the first one to it, though, inside this Gannon zone, and a shorthanded opportunity potentially setting up here. Glasgow feeds it back to the point. Hahn lets it go out into the neutral zone, where he carries it back into his own zone and kills off more time on this penalty. 1:07 to go in the man advantage for Gannon, but it's Buff State with the puck, and Frank Odami just killing time at the moment. Odami with some fancy stick handling there, gets a give-and-go play with Reinhardt. Odami in towards the slot. It's taken off of his stick briefly, and he fires a shot just over top of the net. And it's picked up and dragged out of the zone now as the Gannon team looks to set up their power play, but they can't connect on that pass. And it will be Ryan Hahn, the first one to the puck in behind his own net. Hahn being watched by Dowse behind the net, but he has some help from Reinhardt as 4 players look to dig the puck out of the boards. It's the Gannon player coming out with it. An opportunity there from the side of the net by Orr, but a save by Hahn. Odami picking up the loose puck and then sliding it to Glasgow. Glasgow with an opportunity to clear the zone. He'll just send it all the way down off the glass, back into the Gannon end with just 7 seconds remaining here in the period. Looks like Gannon's going to be content to let the period wind down and go to the locker room. It's a 5-0 lead for Buff State at the end of one period of play here from the Buff State Ice Arena. Buff State's broadcast, as always, sponsored by Bob and John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972, with locations on Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo and Kensington Avenue in Amherst. By Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and the surrounding area. Ivy Leaf Pharmacy is at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. Also, support comes from KO Bar and Grill, North Buffalo's relaxed sports bar. Located at Delaware and Tioga near Hurdle Avenue, KO Bar and Grill offers sports team discounts and 20 draft lines professionally cleaned every 2 weeks. Also, support comes from Envy's Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club Hockey. Our score after one period of play, it's Buffalo State 5 and Gannon University nothing. We'll have plenty more action coming up in the second period from the Buff State Ice Arena. Please stay tuned.
Hold me in your arms, I want your embrace, so these tears can stop flowing down my face. That is scarred, bruised, battered, and beaten. I still dream about my standing together all alone. The world was closing in where we tried to build a home, surrounded by the fire in our hearts that singed our love. There was no room for a restart. Lay me down, you knocked me out to sleep. That's the only way I'll ever get my peace. Take all your memories, at least do remember me. Take all your memories of what we're supposed to be. Take all your memories, good or bad, you still remember me. Take all your memories, 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 at least you remember me. Take all your memories of what we're supposed to be. Take all your memories, good or bad, you still remember me. Take all your memories, I'm drowning 'cause you let me go. There's nothing I can do. The fire that was filling us up faded right out of you. Looking for an answer, looking for a sign. Life is not as easy. When with you, everything felt alright. But now you don't need me. Look at me. What I see is completely
Welcome back to Buffalo State Ice Arena and live coverage of tonight's Upstate New York Club Hockey League matchup between Buffalo State and Gannon University. My name is Aaron Elpern, joined tonight by guest color commentator Sean McHugh as we bring you the call of tonight's game between the Bengals and Golden Knights. About ready for second period action here from Buffalo State Ice Arena as the Buff State Bengals take a 5-0 lead into second period play. Support for live streaming of Buff State Club Hockey comes from Bob and John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. By Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and the surrounding area. By KO Bar and Grill, North Buffalo's Relax Sports Bar, located at Delaware and Tioga near Hurl Avenue. Also by Envious Gamer by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club Hockey. About set to go here for period number 2. Aaron Elpern and Sean McHugh on the call. It's 5-0 Buff State as we get ready here for the second period of play.
Story of the first period was Buff State just had the puck in the zone the entire period. It's really hard to say that a goalie who unfortunately allowed 5 goals in a period played well, but Samuel Bermudez did just that. He faced 10 or 12 top-notch scoring chances that couldn't have asked him to do any more.
Now, ordinarily, if you have a goaltender with 13 saves in a period, you'd say he did pretty well and he kept his team in it. Unfortunately, though, Buff State had 18 shots on goal there in the first period and 5 goals, so the 13 shots was maybe not as good as it might normally be. As we get started here in period number 2, the Bengals just killing off the remainder of a penalty here as Anthony Farnett comes back on the ice and Ryan Hahn looks to break it up with fresh ice as he sends a long pass up to Mike Lotempio. That one doesn't connect, but it's kept in the zone by Alex Militello. Militello circles and sends it down low to Lotempio. That pass is intercepted, though, as Lotempio tried to get back in front to Militello. Militello slides a pass across the blue line. Farnett can't handle it, but Mike Lotempio finds it there. His pass hits skate, then ends up in the neutral zone where Ryan Hahn will have to go back for it. Hahn tries to get it off the boards. Fortunately, it goes up and over the glass. A great play there made by a spectator as he was quick with the glove hand and he tosses back into play. And we'll have a face-off coming up in the neutral zone.
Early on in the period, Gannon setting up the exact same way they did in the first period. They're having 4 guys in the defensive zone with 1 forward floating in the neutral zone. Basically, if Buff State can just keep possession of the puck, they're going to be on essentially what is a power play, just having to look over their shoulders if they don't have possession.
It's always something they'll keep an eye on when a team will hang a guy out in the neutral zone that can't necessarily let him go uncovered, because if they do manage to get control of the puck and send that long breakaway pass, could create a quick opportunity. Or carrying the puck out of the zone for Gannon, sends it into the Buff State end, where Jared O'Connor picks it up behind his net. Can't handle the puck there, and it's a quick wraparound opportunity negated on a nice save by Ryan Hahn, and it's sent back into the neutral zone where Maselli tries to start away for Gannon. Bartel picking up a loose puck. He's knocked off of it by Brennan. This puck there at the blue line. Nice defensive play made there by Jared O'Connor. Sent all the way down into the Gannon zone, and it's Elliot Hunt the first one to it. Hunt behind the net takes a hit, and there'll be a penalty coming up on the play to Maselli, but it's Hunt with the puck anyway, and Hunt slides a pass back to Brennan as Hahn heads towards the bench. Extra attacker coming on. That's sent down low to Elliot Hunt. His pass, however, is intercepted and touched up by the Gannon player. And we're going to have a Buff State power play with 18:25 to go here in the period.
Gannon doing themselves no favors with that penalty right there. The hit from behind was not necessary, and early in the period, while they're on a short bench, they're going to go right to a penalty kill again. And Buff State, rolling their 4 lines, are going to continue to sustain pressure in the offensive zone.
And it's going to be Swatcha along with Brennan and looks like Jared O'Connor up front. Then on the point, it's Alex Militello and John Glasgow on his power play. As puck is taken away in the corner, sent in behind the net to Adam Brennan. Brennan tries to feed a pass back to Militello. That one does not connect and sent all the way back into the Buff State zone, where Dave Hahn will have to set it up for his defenseman. Loose puck there in front. It's Glasgow finding it. Circling in behind his net, looking to set up the breakout on the power play for Buff State. Minute 37 remaining in the man advantage. Puck taken up the left wing by Michael Swatcha. Swatcha in over the blue line, looking to set up the power play here. Fires a shot in towards the goal. It goes just wide and in off the glass. Glasgow picking up loose puck. He loses it there, though. And now coming away with it for Gannon, it will be Martin. Martin over the blue line, gets it deep into Buff State end. And Buff State will just set up its power play breakout from there with Alex Militello. Militello with a head of steam up the left wing. Militello into the Gannon zone. He stops there and looks to set up their power play. Militello feeding a cross-ice pass that hits a skate, but kept in by Ryan Hahn at the right point. Hahn feeds it back down low to Swacha. Swacha looking for an opportunity there. And in penalties, number 4, Anthony Maselli. 2 minutes for boarding. Maselli, 2 minutes for boarding. Time of the Golden Knight penalty, 1:35. Cross-ice pass from Swacha to Glasgow. Glasgow fires a shot that goes wide off the boards, and it goes to Swacha here on the left wing boards. Swacha feeding it across to Glasgow. Glasgow unable to get a handle on the shot, but he fires that one in on net. Saved there by Remutis as there's 24 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Sending all the way back into the Buff State end. In on goal. That will be at least one shot for the Gannon team this period, as Ryan Hahn carries the puck out of his own zone into the Gannon territory. Feeds it on Elliot Hunt. Hunt cross-ice pass, finding Mike Lotempio. That bounces over his stick, but he finds control of the puck and tries to dance around his man there at the blue line. Unable to keep it in, though, is Elliot Hunt. And picking it up for Gannon, it's going to be Martin as the Golden Knights get back to full strength. Long pass sent into the Buff State zone, and it's going to be Ryan Hahn chasing it down there. On into the corner. Taken off of his stick by Gavin. Centering pass unable to connect, and it's going to be Ryan Hahn breaking out of the zone up Elliot Hunt. Hunt in over the blue line, drops it for Hahn. Hahn tries to go around his man, good stick handling there, but unable to get himself free to get a shot away. And it's going to be Verico just sending it out of the zone into neutral ice, where it's going to be Botch feeding a pass up to Lotempio. Lotempio drops it for Hunt. Hunt in towards the net, rebound opportunity, shot right on. Frank Bodami quick there with an opportunity, but unable to get it past the goaltender Remutis. And we've still got a 5-0 Buff State lead. Just a little bit over 4 minutes into period number 2.
And a great save by Samuel Rotunis right there. Another point-blank shot right to the front of the slot. Rotunis gets the spread eagle going, laying on his stomach, makes an outstanding save to keep it at 5-0 Bengals.
Krasinski on to take this face-off for Buff State. Again, finding control of the puck as he scrambled there just at the top of the circle. Coming out of the zone with it now for the Gannon Golden Knights, it will be Thibault. Thibault's shot goes wide off the glass and then all the way back out in the neutral zone, and then back down into the Gannon territory. Masella chasing it down there for Gannon, being watched by Narby. Comes out to Krasinski at the point. Krasinski keeping it in only briefly, however, as Thibault knocks it all the way out into the neutral zone. Is sent back into Gannon territory, and Maselli will have to chase it down there. He fires pass off the glass up into neutral ice. It's going to be Botch picking it up and feeding pass on to Steve White. Cross-ice pass and over the blue line, it's Krasinski. Krasinski trying to walk around his man, jumping over him, getting it in on net, but Remutis just hangs on to that one for a whistle. Just over 5 minutes gone here in period number 2. It's a 5-0 Buff State lead.
Coach Turner sending out the Steve White, George Narby line out there. Little grit out there, banging down on the boards, grinding down this short man Gannon team, and now they're going to stay out there for a shift as well.
Buff State continuing to roll all 4 of its lines here against the unmanned Gannon team. And you'll see a lot of that type of play when you have a short bench. Just whenever you have the opportunity, get it out of your zone, clear, alleviate some of the pressure, live to fight another day, and get a little bit of a break during whistle.
Icing isn't the worst thing you could possibly do right here when you're Gannon. It's the middle of the game. You've been in your own end. They're just, at this point, they're trying to catch their breath and look for a breakout later on.
Spitzer on the draw for Buff State. Gannon player takes it away and clears it out of the zone into neutral ice, where it's going to be Ryan Hahn looking to count. Sends it up to Michael Swacha. Swacha already with a goal tonight. Tries to step around his man, gets a puck again on his stick, but he loses it there and goes on to the far boards, where Swacha will battle against one of the Gannon players for it. Gannon gaining control of the puck, just sending it across ice and into Buffalo State territory, where it's Anthony Farnett setting up shop. Loses control of the puck there dangerously. Slides back to his goaltender Dave Hahn, and Hahn just goes ahead and covers up. Has a nice little chat with Farnett about what just happened.
And Dave Hahn had to be on his toes right there a little bit. It wasn't expecting his defenseman to put the puck on him, but as has been the case for even the last game when Dave Hahn pitched a shutout, on his game, square to the shooter, even when it's his own guy.
Puck fed down low, and it's picked up by Spitzer. Spitzer feeds a breakout pass up the right wing. He finds Glasgow there. Glasgow feeds it up into the neutral zone, knocked out of the air by the Gannon player, but it's found by Spitzer and taken in over the Gannon line. Spitzer takes a hit, but he's knocked off the puck there, and coming away with it for Gannon. Now it is out of the neutral zone, and Orr can't find it. Jared O'Connor, though, just sends it back into the Gannon zone. Icing waved off on the play as it's Swacha now with the puck in the left-hand corner. Watch the circles, feeds a pass back to the point to Jared O'Connor. O'Connor looking to set up there, feeds it back down low to Joe Tempio. Tempio behind net, up to Swatcha. Swatcha feeds it out in front, but unable to connect there with Glasgow. And Gannon's able to clear the zone as it's Bartel coming in one-on-one against Reinhardt. Nice defensive play there by the senior Noah Reinhardt, knocking the puck off of Bartel's stick and driving him into the boards behind the net. John Glasgow finding a loose puck coming out of the zone with a head of steam. 2-on-2 for Buff State here. Trailer is Joe Tempio. Quick shot in on goal. Caught the goaltender Remutus up high. Looked like it stung him just a little bit, but he managed to fall down on top of it and get a whistle. We'll have a face-off in the Gannon zone with 13-18 left to go in period number 2.
Looks like a little strategy by Coach Tim Turner in the second period. He's rolling more of his lines. He's rolling all 4 lines, shorter shifts, just keeping the legs fresh, really bearing down on this Gannon team right now with this short bench.
Top line of Lotempio, and Militello here on for Buff State as the Gannon defender clears the zone, sending David Botch back into the Buff State end for it. Botch feeds a pass up the left wing. It banks off the boards, and it's Joe Lotempio bringing it over the blue line. Lotempio firing a shot through a screen. Remutus had to be sharp to save that one. Not sure he saw it until the last moment as Alex Militello was camped out in front. Mike Lotempio in the far corner. Lotempio slides up the boards out towards the point now. Feeds a pass down low where he finds Alex Militello. Militello looking for a cross-ice pass. Nothing there. Just feeds it back into the corner, setting up the cycle with the 2 Lotempios. Mike Lotempio knocked off the puck there as Hillhouse pulls it out for Gannon. Hillhouse getting it out into the neutral zone now. And Gannon will manage to get it all the way into the Buff State end. But it's David Botch picking it up there, and he's got plenty of ice to set up the breakout. Unable to connect on the pass to Mike Lotempio, however, and it goes for icing. We'll head back down into the Buffalo State end for a face-off with just over 12 minutes to go here in the second period.
Gannon Golden Knights really struggling to hit that breakout pass. Everything seems to be behind the intended target or right in the feed. They're having a real hard time breaking out, and these fast Buff State defensemen back-checking forwards are scooping up those loose pucks and turning it up the other way.
Martin in on the draw for Gannon. He'll be facing off against Joe Lotempio. Martin wins it back to Hillhouse. His shot hits a skate, goes up in the air. Dave Hahn had to make sure he was paying attention for that redirection there, but he followed the puck the entire way, got a glove on it, just decides to hang on, and we'll have face-off coming up with 12:16 to go in the period. The Bengals making a line change, wholesale changes here as 5 new players come out for Buff State. Same 5 personnel staying out on the ice for Gannon.
Seems like they've been out there for a good 2 or 3 minutes, Aaron.
Might just seem that way because there are only 6 players on the bench for Gannon. It just seems like it's the same amount of players that are out there the whole time because they don't have a whole lot of time to sit on the bench and catch their breath when they got the short personnel as they do. On carrying it over the blue line, letting shot go. That one goes off the glass and wide, but it's Brennan finding a loose puck and kicking it behind the net to Ryan Hahn. Hahn tries to feed it back out in front to Brennan. That hits a skate, and Hahn gets it back again as he circles in from the left wing and feeds pass out to the point to Elliott Hunt. Hunt gets it down low to Bodami. Bodami with no one on him. He just walks it towards the front of the net. Quick shot on goal. Nice save there by Remutus. As another opportunity for the Bengals. Coming back the other way now, it's Gavin. Gavin with Martin. Martin just swats it out of the area and on net. Not sure that would have counted. However, Dave Hahn was quick to make the stop, even on the high stick. And the puck ends up in the Gannon bench, and we'll have a stoppage with 11:24 to go. It's still a 5-0 Buff State lead.
Right there, you did see the reward potential with some of the risks you take by having that one forward floating through the neutral zone. Gannon did get a chance, a brief look at a 3-on-1. Unfortunately, the shot did not get to net. But you're going to see Gannon looking to do that more often throughout the game, I would imagine.
The thing about that is that they got to have enough energy to be able to make that play work. It seemed like they had the 3-on-1 developing there, but were unable to actually use enough speed to break away from the Buff State defenders and back checkers.
Yeah, I can only imagine how tired those guys from Gannon are going to be, and there's still half a game to go. The short bench is nothing to mess with, especially when you have a team like Buff State that can roll 4 lines, 3 D pairs, and they're just sending them out there every 30 to 40 seconds. Coach Turner's sending a new line out there, fresh legs on these tired Gannon Golden Knights all game long.
One of the things that we've seen all throughout the year is that the deeper team often has the better advantage in these types of matchups. Certainly the deeper team is in the black and orange tonight. As loose puck there in the neutral zone hits Elliott Hunt in the skate, and it's Bartel taking it away for Gannon. Bartel in over the blue line, lets a shot go. Save made there by Hahn, kind of handcuffed him a little bit, but he got some help from Noah Reinhardt, and the Buffalo State Bengals clear the zone and head back towards Gannon's territory. Puck in the near corner now. Hillhouse being watched there by Elliott Hunt. Hillhouse carrying the puck out in front of his net, feeding a pass up to Bartel. Bartel over the Buff State blue line, in on net. That one is followed very easily by the goaltender Dave Hahn. He'll just hold on for another whistle. And 10:39 remaining here in the second period. No scoring yet in period number 2, but it is a 5-0 Buff State lead from the 5 goals in period number 1.
Good looking transition right there from Gannon. Hit the line with speed. They were able to connect on the pickup pass. Got a quality scoring chance. Nothing to write home about, but Dave Hahn did have to make a save, and he did held on to it.
I'm not sure that you can take a whole lot of momentum from the fact that it's a 0-0 period, but they've definitely played more even this period with Buff State. But as you said, that deeper bench will get you as Buff State now come back into the Gannon zone with the head of steam. It's Joe Krasinski in behind the net. Krasinski tries to feed a pass back to Reinhardt. Reinhardt keeps it in and gets it back to Krasinski. His shot taken there from the mid slot, and Bermudez gets a glove on it, hangs on for the whistle. 10:13 to go here in period number 2. Still a 5-0 Buff State lead.
It has been a bit of a rough goal for this Gannon Golden Knights team, but one thing you got to say, the goaltender Samuel Rotunas has played an outstanding game despite allowing 5 goals. He's seeing a lot of point-blank shots. He's made some great saves, including that glove save right there.
He was certainly tested earlier in the meeting between these two teams back on November 1st in Erie. State came out of that contest with a 7-3 win, well on their way towards repeating that feat here as they're leading by a score of 5-0. Just under 10 minutes to go here in period number 2. Gannon here driving in towards the net, trying to fire a backhand shot in on goal. That one goes off the side of the net. As now it's Orr picking up the puck for Gannon. Loses control of it, however, and it's Steve White finding it and getting it out in the neutral zone. Krasinski up to Narby. Narby getting it down low, chasing in after it as it's Dowds there for Gannon. Dowds coming away with the puck and takes a hit from Steve White. Gannon getting the puck out of the zone, up in the neutral zone, but Steve Botch stepping in, making a good defensive play, sending it back into the Gannon zone as the Buffalo State Bengals look to change. There's that long breakaway pass, again, doesn't quite connect with Thiebaud. Thiebaud is the first one there for Gannon. He tries to fit a pass back. Unfortunately, the only one there was John Glasgow. Glasgow now through the neutral zone, carries it over the blue line. Looks to make a backhand pass in front, gets it there to Sipniewski, but Sipniewski couldn't get a stick on it. He is the first one to it here on the near boards, though. Gets it taken off his stick and a long clearing pass out into the neutral zone, and it's Botch there getting away yet again. Botch steps up and fires it in on net. And the breakout pass up the right wing is kept in by Swatcha. Only briefly, though, as it's now Bartel coming up the right wing and a 3-on-2 developing for Gannon. Bartel with the shot from the right wing. Good save there by Dave Hahn. Maybe the best Gannon scoring opportunity of the night right there. Or with loose puck. Circles, loses control of it, and it comes back out to Thiebaud. Thiebaud back to the point to Bartel. Bartel tries to feed a pass into the slot, and it's Swatcha getting in the way. Swatcha almost able to connect there with John Glasgow on a breakaway pass. But Glasgow now with an opportunity to bring it over the Gannon blue line. Swatcha there in front. As Glasgow tries to step around his man. Dowds and Sipniewski battling there on the boards. Sipniewski getting knocked down on play as the Gannon player manages to get it out into center ice. It's Ryan Hahn picking it up there and looking to come back again. Hahn into the right-hand corner with 8 minutes to go in the period. Puck comes across to Swatcha. Swatcha in on net save, then cleared out into the neutral zone by the Gannon defender there, number 4, Maselli. Senior Anthony Farnett circling his net with control of the puck, sends a pass up the left wing where he finds Jordan Sipniewski. Sipniewski can't clear the zone, but he gets help from Ryan Hahn, and it's Hahn through center ice with speed. Hahn over the blue line, lets a shot go, and he scores! Ryan Hahn finds some ice to work with inside the Gannon zone, created a little bit of loose opportunity, and then fired a shot from just outside of the circle. Got it past Bermudez, and it's now a 6-0 Buff State lead.
Ryan Hahn is a big defenseman. He picks up the puck in the neutral zone right there. Uses that long reach to step around to forward and then the back-checking defenseman and rips a beautiful rich shot low to the blocker side of Samuel Rotunas. 6-0 Buffalo.
Good opportunity there as Buff State extends its lead. It had been an even period for just about 12 minutes as that's the first goal here in period number 2. But it's Ryan Hahn scoring it, picking up his 6th goal of the season for the defenseman. Loose puck here in the neutral zone, taken away by Gavin for Gannon. And he gets it in over the blue line and sends it down into the corner. Ryan Hahn, the most recent goal scorer, feeds a pass up the right wing. That one's intercepted. But stepping into it there is Lo Tempio. 2-on-1 developing here as Alex Militello had a chance there from in front of the net. Unable to find a handle on it and bury it. Gannon just quickly ices the puck to relieve some of the pressure. And Buff State will now have a face-off inside the Gannon zone with 7:04 remaining here in the period. It's a 6-0 Buff State lead so far in this one.
Tic-tac-toe passing play by the Buff State Bengals, but once again, Samuel Ratoon is coming up huge with another great save from a point-blank range. Great poke check, great pad save.
6th Buffalo State goal. His 6th of the season, scored by number 22, Ryan Hahn. Unassisted. Hahn unassisted, time Bengals goal, 12:25. And as we were making the goal announcement there, it's another goal for Buff State. I didn't quite get a look at what was happening making the announcement. What did you see there, Sean?
It was a point shot, and Alex Militello was uncontested in front of the net. He had all day. Goaltender Rotunis was out of the play completely. He had enough time, gathered the puck, flipped it into the open net.
And as was the case in the first period, the Bengals scoring in bunches here in period number 2. Had 2 goals that were 7 seconds apart in the first period, and this time the goals are scored 26 seconds apart in period number 2. It's now a 7-0 lead for the Buff State Bengals. And they look to continue to add to it as Joe Lotempio carries the puck in over the blue line. Lotempio gets it down low and feeds the pass around behind the net where he finds Mike Lotempio. Now it's Joe Lotempio behind the net, circles out in front, lets a shot go. That goes just wide, and it's Mike Lotempio picking up the loose puck there, trying to feed a cross-ice pass to Militello, but unable to connect on that one. Militello now on the goal line. Militello tries to feed a pass out to the point to Ryan Hahn, unable to connect on that one, but Hahn picks up and feeds it back down low to Militello, and they set up behind that with Joe Lotempio. Lotempio back to Militello, feeds it to the point to Ryan Hahn. His shot goes just wide. Furico sliding it up to the right wing, trying to help clear the zone for Gannon. Gannon unable to get it out though, and the Bengals keep the pressure on. Pass up in front, that one doesn't connect, as it's Martin now breaking it out. And it's a 2-on-2, but Farnett doesn't have a stick in his hands. 3-on-2 opportunity now as the shot goes just over the boards, over the net, I should say, and up off the glass. Martin keeping it in at the point, fires a shot in on goal. Dave Hahn able to handle that one. Farnett tries to kick it out of the zone as he still doesn't have a stick in his hands. Gets some help from his defensive partner, Ryan Hahn, carrying it out of the zone, sending it all the way back into the Gannon zone. 7th Buffalo State goal, his 14th of the season, scored by number 10, Alex Militello. Assist number 27, Anthony Farnett, and number 28, Joe Lotempio. Militello from Farnett and Joe Lotempio, time the Bengals goal, 13:01. A 7-0 lead as we continue here from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Hillhouse trying to feed it up the right wing. That one's intercepted by Elliott Hunt. Hunt tries to feed a pass behind the net. That one gets intercepted, but Adam Brennan on the forecheck now. Brennan tries to feed it in front. Nobody there. Opportunity for Gannon to break out of the zone with Gavin. Gavin gets it to Martin. Martin sends it in behind the net. And chasing after it will be Noah Reinhardt. However, it is Hanchett picking it up for Gannon. And gets it to Bartel in the neutral zone. He's knocked off the puck by Brennan. Goes all the way back into the Gannon zone where they'll try to set up from there. That long breakaway pass attempted there again for Gannon. Doesn't connect, but it is Martin carrying it over the blue line for Gannon. Tries to send pass down low. Nice save there by Dave Hahn. As the Gannon player connected on the pass, Martin got it all the way down low to Bartel. Bartel had a great look from just to the left of the goal, but Dave Hahn was sharp on that one, making another stop with 4 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the period.
Real pretty passing play right there by the Gannon Golden Knights. Dave Hahn had to make a really nice save. The forward got in on the back door and had a clean look at the net, and Dave Hahn held his post tight and squeezed. There was no rebound in front either.
Face-off coming up here to the right of Dave Hahn. And it's Narby on the draw for the Buff State Bengals. Kept in on the play by Bartel. It's Orr now in the corner for the Gannon Golden Knights. Bartel tries to feed it to Orr, but it's Krasinski getting in the way. Krasinski with a one-hand pass up to Steve White. White in over the blue line, looking to drop a pass there for Krasinski, unable to connect though, and it's Orr firing a backhand pass into neutral zone. Bartel tries to get it to Thibault. That one just too far for him, and Botch clears it up right wing. White unable to clear the zone, but he finds some help from Murphy, and Murphy sends it off the boards and all the way back into the Gannon end. No icing on play, as going back for it will be Maselli. Maselli with the pass into the neutral zone to Bartel. That one goes off of his skate and picked up by Spitzer, who knocks it into the Gannon zone. Gannon again trying to set up that long pass. Nobody there on that one, and it's picked up by Botch. Botch has often been the one that's been getting in the way of those passes in the neutral zone and sending the play back into the Gannon territory. Long pass there doesn't connect there for Gannon. And with just over 3 minutes to go in the period, we'll have face-off coming up back down in the Gannon end. It is a 7-0 Upstate lead.
Steve Whiteline needed a little more run than usual today. They've been gritty on the board today, just basically trying to work these Gannon defenders and forwards down, and now they're sending out Elliot Spitzer and his line out there for their turn.
Spitzer along with Swapcha and Glasgow. Play kept in on the point by Farnett, but it does slide out into the neutral zone. Farnett just dumps it back into the Gannon end, and Selly will try to break it out to the left wing. Actually connect on the long pass there and almost get it out in front to Orr, but it goes just over his stick. He's watched on the play by Farnett, and it's now Ryan Hahn carrying it out. Hahn with a cross ice pass to Spitzer. Spitzer over the red line, carrying it into Gannon territory, just drops a pass there for Glasgow and heads to the front of the net. Glasgow now at the right wing boards. Glasgow firing in towards the net. That goes off a defender's skate. And now Spitzer picked it up behind the net. Pass it over to Swapcha. Swapcha in the near corner. Swapcha behind the net to Spitzer. Goes up over his stick and then ends up just outside of the zone as Ryan Hahn was unable to get there to keep it in. Hahn with some time to work with it there and feeds a pass along to Swapcha, and it's back into the Gannon zone. Swapcha getting away from his defenseman. Gets it up to Glasgow, and Glasgow looking for the hat trick, but shot it just wide on that play. Glasgow in behind the net. Glasgow looking to set up a play there. It looked like he had thoughts on a lacrosse shot from there, but he didn't attempt it. And the Gannon player picks it up and banks it off the boards, but unable to get it out as Farnett was down low to pinch in. Finds Swapcha. Swapcha back to Glasgow. Glasgow fires a shot that goes just wide, and Swapcha picks it up behind the net. Just over a minute 15 remaining here in period number 2. Swapcha looking to set something up from in behind the net there. Feeds a pass in front that goes off a skate and heads off into the corner. Glasgow with the puck on the far side now. Glasgow looking to fire a shot. That one gets blocked, sent up and over the glass with just under a minute to go here in period.
These Gannon Golden Knights are completely out of gas right here. You can see it right now. That's essentially a power play for Upstate right there. The hanger's all the way at the far blue line. You can just see when the puck goes to the corner, the Golden Knights just have no energy to get to the puck. Buff State is able to just hold the puck, sit behind the net, sit at the point, sit on the half wall, all the time in the world they need. Looks like they've completely run this Gannon team out of gas.
Still period to go here from the Buffalo State Ice Arena as Martin now has an opportunity for Gannon. Martin in on alone, and he gets some pressure there from behind. Nice offensive play by Reinhardt not to take the penalty, also to get some interruption there on the breakaway attempt. Going back in the other direction, it's Militello. Militello finds Lotempio. It's Mike Lotempio with the puck at the top of the circle. Looking to create something here from the left side. In on net, save there by Bermudez. Hillhouse picks up the rebound and circles behind his net, trying to break it up the right wing. Kept in there at the point by Noah Reinhardt. Reinhardt carrying down low, sends in on net. Glove save made by Bermudez as the second period comes to a close. Our score after 2 periods of play here from the Buffalo State Ice Arena, it's Buffalo State 7 and Gannon nothing. Support for live streaming of Buffalo State Club Hockey comes from Bob and John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972, with locations on Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo and Kensington Avenue in Amherst. Also by Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years serving Kenmore and the surrounding area. Ivy Lee Pharmacy at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. By KO Bar and Grill, North Buffalo's Relax Sport Bar, located at Delaware and Tioga near Hurdle Avenue. KO Bar and Grill offering sports team discounts and 20 draft lines professionally cleaned every 2 weeks. Also, support for this live stream comes from Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buff State Club Hockey. Find them online at bardowncreative.com. Our score after 2 periods of play is Buff State 7 and Gannon nothing. Stay tuned, more action coming up from the Buffalo State Ice Arena in period number 3.
So they turned you into something that you're not, and that's what the rest of this song's about. So weak in your own skin that you can't even hold your own opinion. It's all about you, wait, that's not true. It's all about the thoughts that are going through other people's heads that are causing the death of this girl I know was just trying her best. Oh, don't try too hard, you'll stay unscarred. Oh, you try too hard, and now you're scarred. Stay with me. Changed when my eyes first saw you. Standing still was never such a thrill until what made sense and I was incorrect. I guess I never had the lesson yet. I'm confused and I don't know what to do, and I don't even know your name, and I don't know who to blame. Help me out, 'cause I'm in need of your help right now. Your help somehow. Help me out, 'cause I'm in need of your help right now. Your help somehow. Talking forward was always hard to do, but that all changed when my eyes first saw you. Speaking clear was always such a fear, my dear. But then you came into my life, you made things right. You made it easier for me to sleep at night. Now I'm struggling and need to be held tight, and I don't even know your name. I don't know who is to blame. Help me out, 'cause I'm in need of just cries for motivation. Motivation, yeah. You slip, and every time you do, you know you're sick of it. And every time you go away, you find a way to criticize inside. Confide in me.
Welcome back to the Buffalo State Ice Arena and live coverage of tonight's Upstate New York Club Hockey League matchup. My name is Aaron Elpern. I'm joined tonight by guest color commentator Sean McHugh as we bring you the call of tonight's game between the Buffalo State Bengals and the Gannon Golden Knights. About ready to go get set for period number 3. Buff State leading by a score of 7-0 in this one. Support for live streaming of Buffalo State Club hockey comes from Bob and John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. By Ivy Lee Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and surrounding areas. Support also comes from KO Bar and Grill, North Buffalo's Relax Sports Bar, located at Delaware and Tioga near Hurdle Avenue. Also by Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club hockey. About set to go here for period number 3. It's a 7-0 game, Sean. Seems to have been a pretty one-sided affair so far.
Definitely a one-sided affair, and Buff State again throwing 4 lines at Gannon. Gannon only has 2 lines and 1 extra forward. What I will say to Gannon did get 10 shots that period to the 4 in the first period. They did test goaltender David Hahn, and once again, the goaltender for Gannon did make some outstanding saves. Buff State, with Gannon playing their offense and defense, keeping the one floating forward in the neutral zone. Buff State's essentially on a power play for a lot of this time out here, and that's giving them a lot of chances in the slot.
Goaltender has already made 25 saves on the game, Remus, but 25 saves is only a good number if you don't have that many more shots on goal. However, they've faced 32 shots. 7 of them have gone in, and now a 3-on-1 opportunity starting out early on in the period as Michael Tempio brings it in.
Great defensive play, but again, a defender right there.
Dowd's in to take the puck off his stick and make play, and now sends that long pass up, and he's got Thiebaud in on the breakaway. Thiebaud in alone, shot, great save by Dave Hahn. Hahn's biggest challenge so far tonight. Another one is Orr in on the doorstep. Orr takes a shot, another save there by Hahn, and now it's Joe Lotempio breaking out with a head of steam and 3-on-2. Lotempio in over the blue line, drops it for Militello. Militello with time and room to operate, finds Michael Tempio, and he shoots it in. Michael Tempio picks the top corner, and it's now an 8-0 lead for Buff State.
Give David Hahn an assist on that goal. He made 2 unbelievable saves. 1 on a breakaway, 1 on a rebound, bending over backwards. Then Buff State goes back 3-on-2, and Michael Tempio makes no mistake, rips that top corner, and it's 8-0 Bengals.
Don't usually get an opportunity to actually give the goaltender an assist, but he definitely deserves one there. Based on the 2 saves that he made, Gannon finally connecting on that long pass that they've been looking to set up the whole game. But Thibault was unable to beat Hahn on the play. Great save made there on the second opportunity as well. And then Buff State headed back in the other direction, getting a great scoring opportunity. And Michael Tempio isn't going to make a mistake on that one. Every time you give him a chance like that, he's going to bury it. That was his 19th of the season.
Michael Tempio does now tied for the team leading goals with 19. Makes no mistake on that shot on the slot right there. Gannon looking to start to put some pressure on. Looks like they have a little bit of jump in their step though, coming out of this third period, Aaron.
Buffalo State goal scored by number 92, Michael Tempio, his 19th of the season. Assistant number 10, Alex Militello, and number 28, Joe Tempio. Michael Tempio from Militello and Joe Tempio. Time of the Bengals goal, 1:02. Puck in on the Gannon net, covered by the goaltender Remus, and we'll have a face-off inside Gannon zone with 17:40 remaining here in period number 3, and Gannon making a rare line change tonight.
Elliott Hunt was 1 step away from turning on the Jets and walking in alone on another breakaway.
Buff State still putting the pressure on here, looking to find that 9th goal of the game, as it's Adam Brennan in the corner with a loose puck. It's taken down on the play by Hillhouse, and Hillhouse finds the loose puck and sends it into the neutral zone, where Noah Reinhardt picks it up in the air and finds Adam Brennan. Brennan can't stay on his skates though, and Gavin will dump it in on goal for Gannon. Hahn wants to cover it up, but he has no real pressure on him. The official gave him a moment to play it, decided just to blow the whistle, and we'll get a face-off coming up inside the Buff State zone with just under 17 minutes to play here in period number 3.
One thing I got to say, Aaron, that's the first time Hahn's had to cover the puck in a fashion that didn't look like it hurt to do it.
That's a good point there. Good point there, Sean. Farnett picking up a loose puck in his own zone, trying to feed a pass up the left wing, getting some help from Adam Brennan, who pulls out of the zone and into center ice. Back to the Buff State blue line, though, and it's Ryan Hahn finding Elliott Hunt and tipping it into the Gannon zone. Back out in the neutral ice, though, and it's Martin. Shot in on goal. Another save there by Hahn. He pulls it in and hangs on for a whistle, as it was Susanidis with a shot from the left wing. Hangs on for a whistle with 16-17 remaining here in the third period. Still an 8-0 Buff State lead in this game. Bunch of different people on the score sheet so far for Buff State in this one. 2 goals from John Glasgow, also an assist. Alex Militello also with 2 goals on this game so far. As we have a penalty coming up here, and it looks like it's going to be the Buff State Bengals going to be penalized, as Gannon has an opportunity to get the extra skater out there. And towards the net, shot in on goal. Nice save there. As shot was taken on the play by number 2, Martin. No penalty actually on the play. I don't know exactly. The ref had his arm up, and then he took the goaltender went to the bench. Now he's back in the net, though. Wasn't sure exactly why there wasn't a call there. Exactly what I was seeing. Now an opportunity as Farnett makes a good defensive play just inside his blue line. Would have been a good break opportunity for Martin there if he would have got the puck past him. Glasgow. Go ahead, Sean.
Well, it looked like Michael Swaka was going to get called for a trip on that play, and it looks like the ref had a change of heart, but the Gannon goaltender had already gone to the bench.
Gannon goaltender was already to the bench. I was looking here inside the Buff State zone, and then saw Buff State regain possession of the puck, and the whistle didn't blow, and I looked back, and the Gannon goaltender was back in net. I'm not sure we'll ever get an explanation of what happened there, but maybe we weren't paying as close attention as we could have been there.
Not.
Farnett finding a loose puck inside of his own zone, tries to feed a pass up the right wing, kept in by Susanidis on the play, but it's Ryan Hahn finding the loose puck and carrying through the neutral zone for Buff State. Hahn towards the slot there, letting a shot go. Looked like the goaltender Remutis just got a little bit of the pad on that one. And a shot taken from the boards by Glasgow, that one handled by Remutis as well. Remutis has to handle the hard angle shot there by Glasgow. And it comes back to the point where it's Anthony Farnett sending a backhand pass and finding Krasinski. Krasinski now with some room to work. Krasinski in towards the goal, firing a shot in on net. Save made there on the play by Remutis, as Krasinski in his first game as a Buff State Bengal, showing a little bit of offensive spark there inside the Gannon zone, showing some of what Coach Tim Turner is hoping to see from him as one of the new additions to the team.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the blue gloves or what, but he had some really nice hands on that play right there, Aaron.
I think the blue gloves definitely play a factor in that. They look a little bit off, though, with the rest of the black and orange kits that the Buff State players have, but hopefully they can give them some fresh material here in the near future.
I agree. Definitely don't want to paint a target on your back when you have gloves that stand out like that. It'll be easy to spot if someone wants a piece of you, bud.
It looks like a pretty good-sized guy. I don't think he's going to be too worried about anyone wanting a piece of him because of his blue gloves. Narbian on the draw for Buff State. Kind of scrambles it there. Sipniewski rips a shot from the low slot. That one just a good pad save there on the play by Remutis. Nice hit by Krasinski as he stepped in, was checked just inside the blue line. Looks like he's going to be called for a penalty, though, as his palms raised up, trying to figure out exactly why that call was made. Not sure he's going to get much of an explanation, as the official heads over to the penalty box area and signals the penalty as head contact.
Yep. Looks like he's aiming for a shot to the head. It looks like he got to the man as he had the puck. But however, you just can't allow hits to the head right there. He is going to go to the box on that, and like I said, he's a decent-sized guy. Clearly not afraid to throw his body around despite having those gloves. And Gannon gets control of the puck on the face-off, and they're swinging it back to the point right here, looking for some zone time.
Shot in on net from the point there. It's handled by Hahn. Looked like it kind of handcuffed him a little bit, but he makes the save anyway, as it's Downs setting it up behind the net. Pass out in front to Orr. Orr tries to stick handle away from pressure, but it's Butch keeping the pressure on him. Back to the point to Bartel. Bartel down low to Orr. Orr tries to feed it in front, and Botch making another good defensive play, sending it all the way back down into the Gannon zone and in on Remutis. Remutis just sets it up there for Bartel. Bartel looks to set up the breakout for Gannon. Gets it up to Orr. Orr into the Buff State zone. Botch tries to take it off of his stick. Orr kind of juggles it there a bit before he regains possession in behind the net. Ryan Hahn takes it off of his stick there. Hahn now looking to clear the zone. Gets it up and off the boards, but it's actually into the Buff State bench. Looks like it hit Jared O'Connor in the stomach there on the bench. And the face-off will be coming up inside the Buff State end with 47 seconds remaining in the penalty kill.
Hard to tell. It looked like Jared O'Connor might have been stung by that a little bit. It looks like he was just laughing. Nothing to be concerned about because Ryan Hunt's a big guy. He can really shoot that puck out of there.
Buffalo State penalty to number 2, Drew Krasinski. 2 minutes for contact to the head. Krasinski, 2 minutes for contact to the head. Time of the base penalty, 6:02. Puck brought out into the neutral zone as Orr fed a pass between his legs to Dowds. And now with Bartel bringing over the blue line, he rips a shot that goes high up over the shoulder of Dave Hahn and harmlessly off the glass. Kept in there on the corner by Dowds. Dowds in behind the net, tries to feed it in front. O'Connor gets in the way of that one. Clearly not feeling the effects of the puck that went into the bench a moment ago. Centering pass there, blocked by Tony Farnett. Puck in the near corner as the penalty expires. And Buff State back to even strength, and Mike Lotempio trying to pull it out of the corner, but being sticked there by Dowds. It's Joe Lotempio managing to get it up, but in front of the net dangerously. Dave Hahn had to be sharp there on the great opportunity that Bartel had from the slot. Joe Lotempio tries to feed a pass across. He had Mike Lotempio wide open on the blue line. Couldn't quite get it through the traffic, however.
Dave Hahn has had to make a few really, really nice saves this period. It's good to see that despite the lack of action throughout the entire game, he's been sharp as a tack so far, looking back to his last game.
And he got tested a whole lot more last night, that's for sure, in the game against Rochester. The tests have become few and far between in this contest, and that's one of the things that's a real challenge for goaltenders. If they're in a game where the ice is tilted away from them and their team is controlling play, it's often tough for the goaltender to keep their focus, in between those gaps between the scoring opportunities for the opposition. But you're right, Hahn's done a great job of that tonight here.
Yeah, he's made 2 very nice saves, a breakaway and a rebound. Bending in half, and then right there, a slot shot, getting his pad down, staying composed, staying in the net.
Keeping his focus, as we said, it's a hard thing to do in a lopsided game. It's an 8-0 game here, but clearly Dave Hahn is sharp and managing to stay on top of his game despite the score. Adam Brennan in the corner feeds a pass down low. He gets Bodami there, and Bodami and Elliott Hunt play catch behind the net. Looking to set up the pass in front to Brennan, but a lot of traffic there in front. Hunt just feeds it back to the point to Ben Murphy, and Ben Murphy gets it back to Hunt. And behind the net to Bodami. Bodami feeds it to Brennan. Brennan gives it back to Bodami in the corner. Bodami spins and feeds in front of the net. That one's intercepted, however, and the long breakaway pass does not connect. Hahn has to come out to play it, as the Gannon player was the first one to it to negate the icing. Back the other way now, it's Brennan. Brennan's shot goes high and wide, kept in on the point by Murphy. Murphy feeds it back down low to Brennan. Brennan looks to set up from behind the net. Good pass there to Bodami. Bodami would have had a good opportunity. He would have found the handle on that pass. Brennan knocked off it in the high slot, but he circles back around and finds it again. Drops a pass for Murphy at the point. He feeds it over to Elliott Hunt. Hunt on the left wing gets hacked by Martin on the play, and Buff State will have a power play coming up here. Dave Hahn heads towards the bench as Reinhardt has it at the left point. Reinhardt feeds a backhand pass that gets knocked off of the skate. Whistle goes there as the official blows the play dead. Call the slashing penalty against the Gannon player. And the Buff State Bengals will go back to the power play here with 8.5 minutes remaining in the game. Bengals are still enjoying an 8-0 lead.
Once again, you're seeing the speed and the fresh legs of the Buff State Bengals just taking its toll on these Gannon Golden Knights. Elliott Hunt again get a step on his defender. The only play he has is to take him down. I'm not sure the slash was the way to go, but it was going to be a hooker hold. It was going to go right in on goal, pretty much uncontested right there.
Gannon penalty to number 2, Kyle Martin. 2 minutes for slashing. Martin, 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 11:40. Bengals on the power play now as John Glasgow sets up behind his own net. Looks to start the breakout from there. He's got Adam Brennan swinging in behind the net to pick up the puck from it. Brennan up the right wing, carries it out into the neutral zone, drops a pass for Glasgow at the logo. Glasgow in over the blue line. Stops there and looks to set up the power play in the offensive zone. Glasgow back to the quarterback position, winds up, fires a shot that goes off the boards and wide. Pops back up the other side, and O'Connor tries to keep it in, but Hillhouse takes it off of his stick. Hillhouse now in on the break. Hillhouse being watched there by Glasgow, but he managed to get the shot through, and it's in the net. Mitt Hillhouse on the shorthanded opportunity He snuck it through the goaltender Dave Hahn, and Gannon has gotten on the board here with just over 7 minutes to go in the game.
Look at the reaction of the Gannon bench. They're so happy that their team finally gets rewarded with a goal. It was a really nice breakout by Millhouse. Put it through the 5-hole. Eventually puts it through. Didn't know where the puck was right away. Like a lot like Patrick Kane in the 2010 Stanley Cup Final. It took a long time to figure out the puck was in the net, but it was buried in the frame of the net right there.
I was pretty sure it was in. I might have felt like I was the only one in the arena that saw the puck go in. Everyone had kind of look and determine where it was as it got inside the padding of the net, but definitely was in as Hillhouse gets a shorthanded goal. And it's an 8-1 score with Buff State now out and ahead. Still out ahead, rather, but Gannon now on the board. Buff State looking to set up its power play, but the puck is sent all the way back down into the Buff State end as the Gannon player just relieves some of the pressure or sending it all the way down. First Gannon goal scored by number 55, Mitch Hillhouse, unassisted. Hillhouse unassisted, time of the Golden Knights goal, 12:51. Gannon again trying to create something here on the shorthanded opportunity, but Mike Latempio takes away and drives inside the Gannon zone. Latempio ripping shot that goes wide and off the glass, picked up by Elliott Hunt behind that. Hunt feeds backhand pass up the right wing where he finds Bodami. Bodami gives it back to Hunt now. Still in corner, and the goal scorer Hillhouse picks it up, sends a pass out in the neutral zone and gets it all the way back down into Buff State territory. But the referee has blown his whistle, calling it offsides on the play, as the guy who came out of the penalty box, Kyle Martin, was in offsides, and the faceoff will be coming back all the way down in Gannon's end with 5:30 to go here in game. Is still in 8-0 lead for the Buff State Bengals, or 8-1 lead rather. Right? Not giving credit for that goal to Gannon, but they definitely scored it here just a moment ago. 8-1 lead with just over 5 minutes ago. The line of Narby, Krasinski, and White here on for Buff State. Krasinski tries to find a handle on the puck, but loses control of it as Gannon sends it the length of the ice. And their player, Susanidis, is the first one to it to negate the icing. Puck up in the air, Botch swats at it with his hand, unable to get it out of the zone, however, as Dowds ripped a shot. That one hits Krasinski in the torso, and Krasinski takes it away and gets a pass up to White. White now in over the blue line. Steve White driving in towards the corner. White feeds it back to Murphy. Murphy let the shot go, doesn't quite get it all the way through, and Murphy gets the puck back here at the point now. Murphy tries to feed it. He doesn't actually get it past defenseman Dowd, and it's Susanidis coming out for Gannon. Susanidis gets it up to Thibault. Thibault's shot from just inside the top of the circle. He rips it past Dave Hahn, and that's the second goal of the game for the Gannon Golden Knights. It's an 8-2 game as Thibault ripped the slap shot from the top of the circle and got his team another one up on the board. It's 8-2 Buff State with just over 4 minutes to play in this one.
I don't think Dave Hahn was expecting Zach Thibault to rip a bomb like that. He just steps in over the blue line, lets one go, and surprises the goaltender, gets him over the glove side right there.
Thibault ripping the slap shot from just inside the blue line on the left wing. Got a lot on shot and beat Dave Hahn low. Good goal there by Gannon, as they've gotten the last 2 goals in this contest. Puck in the corner now as it's Jared O'Connor pulling it out. O'Connor circles around behind his own net with just under 4 minutes to go in this one. Long cross-ice pass into the neutral zone for Swatcha, but Swatcha can't hang on to it, and it's sent back into the Buff State zone. Second game goal scored by number 26, Zach Thibault. Assist to number 81, Nick Susanidis. Thibault from Susanidis, time of the Golden Knights goal, 15:40. Jared O'Connor with the puck in behind his net, feeds pass up the left wing where he finds Noah Reinhardt. Reinhardt through the neutral zone now. Reinhardt skating through Gannon defenders as he gets it all the way into the Gannon zone, driving in towards the net, gets a shot in on goal. He didn't get as much as he wanted out of that one, but a decent scoring opportunity created on his own there by Noah Reinhardt.
Good use of his size right there by Noah Reinhardt. He's 6'5" and he's long. He's got really nice hands. He's able to get through the defense right there. You'd like to see him get a little more on that shot, but still good to see a big defenseman like Noah Reinhardt pushing the play like that.
Maybe just a couple feet more room, you would have been able to get a good shot off. Good offensive creation there by the senior as he looked to create an opportunity for himself. Still an 8-2 lead here for the Buff State Bengals. Looking to continue the win ways here in 2020. They've picked up 2 wins already this year as the calendar has changed to 2020, winning last night 3-0 over Rochester, and last week it was a 7-3 win over Canisius. Ryan Hahn bringing the puck inside the zone. The defender slides the ice to try to block a pass that wasn't there. And it's Frank Bodami finding a loose puck and ripping it into the open net, making it a 9-2 hockey game.
Once again, we said of Noah Reinhardt, we said it earlier in the game before. Ryan Hahn's a big defenseman. He used his size, laid the defenseman down, stepped right around him, fed a beautiful pass right to the slot by Frank Bodami. All alone in the slot. Goaltender was down and out of position. He was not going to miss from there, and he puts it top corner.
Probably could have waited another 30 seconds to get that shot off because Bermudez was not going to be able to get back into position on time and just ripped it home before the defender got to him. Good play there by this line, and Frank Bodami has his 8th goal of the season. Bodami now with the puck on his stick again, circling in towards the high slot and back towards the point. Bodami getting it down low and feeding a pass to Brennan. Brennan towards the center of the ice, takes a hit there on the play, and it's Dow's coming away for Gannon. Dow's then hit on the play by Ryan Hahn, knocked off the puck in the near corner. Hahn and Dow's going at each other again.
You can tell Hahn wanted that hit the entire way down the rink. He had him lined up the entire way and buried him in the corner. Here comes some retaliation by Gannon. And smartly, Ryan Hahn skates away to avoid confrontation as he got run from behind. You can tell he wants it.
He's a physical player, good size. Obviously, he's gonna be a force to reckon with out there on the ice. He logs big mitts and isn't afraid to hit people. And maybe you are starting to see a little bit of the frustration coming through from the Gannon side, but maybe to be expected in a 9-2 game.
Not sure if the reaction is there because shortly before that, Adam Brennan got sandwiched between two Gannon players, and Hahn delivered the hit right back and then took one in the back. Refs letting it go, though. Nothing serious, no harm, no foul, but you're definitely going to see the refs keep a close eye on this, make sure it doesn't get too chippy or anything gets out of hand.
9th Buffalo State goal scored by number 13, Frank Bodami. His 8th of the season. Assist to number 22, Ryan Hahn. Bodami from Hahn timed the Bengals goal 17:51. And the clock winding down here from Buffalo State Ice Arena. That's going to do it for this one. We have a final. It is a 9-2 Buffalo State victory.
Dominant win by the Bengals today, Aaron. They had the advantage. They had 2 full lines on the Gannon Golden Knights. They had them at home. Buff State jumped on them early. Buff State jumped on them often. They kept possession throughout the entire game. You got to give Gannon credit, though. They hung around. They still played. Nothing got out of hand. No dirty plays. The deep team got the win today, but give Gannon some credit. They stuck it out to the end. Nobody quit. They were still playing. They got 2 nice goals in the third period.
That's absolutely correct. Final score is 9-2, and Bengals will now move to 15-3 on the season. Buff State plays at Niagara County Community College this coming Wednesday night. That is an 8:10 start. That game will be played at Lockport's Cornerstone Arena and will be live streamed here on the Buff State Team YouTube channel. As always, support for live streaming of Buffalo State Club hockey comes from Bob and John's La Hacienda, a Buffalo pizza tradition since 1972. Locations on Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo and on Kensington Avenue in Amherst. Support also coming from Ivy Leaf Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy with over 60 years of serving Kenmore and the surrounding area. Ivy Leaf Pharmacy located at 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. Support also comes from KO Bar and Grill, North Buffalo's relaxed sports bar, located at Delaware and Tioga near Hurdle Avenue. Mention Buff State landmark Rockwell Hall this week at KO and get your second draft on the house. Also, support comes from Envious Gameware by Bar Down Creative, the official uniform supplier of Buffalo State Club Hockey. Find them online at bardowncreative.com. That'll do it from the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Our final score here is Buffalo State 9 and Gannon 2. For camera operator Alexandria Tebow, color commentator Sean McHugh, my name's Aaron Alpern. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll talk to you on Wednesday night from Lockport. For final again, Buff State 9 and Gannon 2.